Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Head Office, where we talk all things brains and business. I'm your host, and I believe there's a gap between what you're thinking and what you're doing. My job is to help you close that gap. Today's topic is something that came up during a conversation I had with another coach. And it's something I think that's costing business owners more time, more money, and more mental energy than almost anything else. What is it? It's the difference between a choice and a decision. Most people think they're the same. I don't. And I think once you discover the difference, you'll understand why maybe you feel mentally exhausted when you really haven't been working that hard. Every day we choose what to wear, what emails to answer first, whether to make another phone call, whether to post on social media. All of those are choices. They're selections, they're options. But there are other moments in our business that require something much bigger. Should we hire someone? Am I going to raise my prices? Oh, do I have to let this employee go? Change my marketing? Am I going to invest in myself? Do I need to launch something new? Those are not just choices. Those require a decision. A choice picks an option. A decision ends the debate. That one sentence changed the way I coach business owners. Why do decisions feel so hard? Well, your brain has one primary job, and that is to keep you safe. Not successful. We talked about that last week. It doesn't care if you're wealthy or not. It doesn't really even care if you're fulfilled or not. It wants you safe. And certainty, it feels safe. The problem? Business doesn't offer certainty. So your brain says things like, maybe we should wait. Maybe we just need some more information. Or it offers to you, let's ask one more person. And the one that I truly love is, what if this decision doesn't work? All of that sounds very responsible, right? And logical. But a lot of times it's fear disguised as research. Your brain reopens the case because it believes if it thinks long enough, it will find that certainty. But certainty isn't coming. Where there's risk, there's always uncertainty. Waiting for the perfect solution is one of the fastest ways to lose momentum. Let me share what I see with business owners that I am coaching. Someone decides to raise their prices. Then they spend weeks wondering if they've made a mistake. They decide to do a hire, and then they second guess every interview. They might decide to market differently and then compare themselves to everyone else online. Every time they reopen the case, they spend mental energy. And mental energy is one of the most valuable resources you have. Every minute your brain is replaying yesterday's decisions, it's not solving today's problems. That's why business owners can feel busy, but never feel like they're moving forward. They're living yesterday's decisions instead of looking for today's opportunities. This leads us to ask, what is a good decision? A good decision doesn't mean you're going to be right. Let's get rid of that right away. Business isn't about perfection. It's about making the best decision you can with the information that you have. Then you commit to it. You adjust as necessary. You learn from it and you move forward. A good decision might sound like this: I've gathered enough information. I've considered the risks. I'm choosing this direction. And now I'm going to give it my full effort. Notice something? A good decision doesn't remove the uncertainty. It removes that internal negotiation. And that is where clarity comes from. Once we think that we've made a decision, oftentimes we don't think we can change it. I'm not sure I know where that myth came from, but I have found that there are very few decisions in life that we can't change. If you want to become a stronger leader, ask yourself this question: what decision have I made that I keep treating like a choice? Maybe it is raising your prices or having a difficult conversation. Maybe it's finally putting yourself out there. Whatever it is, if you've already decided, stop reopening the case. Using that mental energy to make the decision you made succeed instead of rehashing it over and over again. One of the biggest shifts I see with my clients when they start making decisions is that they become fearless. It's not that they get every decision right, it's that they stop negotiating with themselves. And that's when momentum begins. Because clarity isn't about having every answer, it's about making a good choice and trusting yourself enough to move. Remember, there's a gap between what you're thinking and what you're doing. And every good decision you make helps close that gap. Thank you for joining me on Head Office this week. If this episode has made you think differently, I would love for you to subscribe and then share this with another business owner who needs to hear it. Until next time, mind your business.